What's up? Hello, guys. Today we're gonna discuss about some topic, and we're gonna talk about that. So, if you're interested in learning English, let's learn English today together. So, I will share here what I do when I learning English. So, I'm currently reading a book called Human Motivation, and okay, let's take one topic and then let's discuss on that so that we can improve our speaking skills and our conversation. So that's how I used to develop my communication skills with others. So if you are learning a language, if you are learning currently English, so you can join me and we're gonna learn together. So I will show you how I do it when I'm learning a language. If I want to speak too much in English, if I want to practice speaking skills, so I use this system to speak. So I'll show you. First, I take the topic and read this and give the definition for this statement. So we're gonna just do it right now. Do the same thing right now. So which topic do you guys recommend? Should I take this topic or this one? The first one, the second one, the third one? So when I learning English, so I use the topic and start to give a definition for the topic, so I can improve like speaking and in English. So like, yeah, I forgot what I wanted to say. Yes. So you just take this topic and read and give the definition for the topic, That's how I use like to improve my English speaking. Like some people out there like know how to speak, how to understand, but they don't know how to speak, Oh, what are you doing? I'm doing like, I'm gonna pick a topic and discuss on that. I'm just learning English by myself. So I'm looking for a topic that's interesting, that's easy for me to talk, So that's how I improve my speaking skill. Yeah. So which topic should I take? I've been learning English for about a year now, but I don't think my English is bad. Do you guys think my English is bad? So, wait a minute. Levels of abstraction. This not today. Let's. Yes, it's not bad. I know, but like I know, I feel like I make like grammar mistake. Like I don't know. Like I feel like when I speak, I make like grammar mistake. But I'm working on it, and I will accomplish. I'm still looking for a topic. Like which topic should I read? Build strengths. So let's see this. Build strengths. Build strengths. Okay, the research described earlier focuses primarily on the short-term effects of exerting self-control. A quick summary would suggest that people act as if self-control is a muscle which gets fatigued. I have no idea what's fatigued with use. Do you guys know what's fatigued? Fatigued. Fatigued with use. This fatigue effect is moderated by several differences processes, and it may be related to glucose levels in the brain, as well as beliefs that self-control is limited. So no, I don't do it. Are you learning a language currently, or are you a native speaker? Okay, what do you think building strengths is? What's the meaning of building strengths? Like I just take this the as a topic and discuss on it. What's building these strengths? So building can refer for different kind of like making something the development. Building strengths. To get muscled, I think. Okay, that's good way to put in like that, but what do you really do like to build strengths? Being strong mentally, being strong spiritually, being strong physically, you know? If you do these three things, nothing can prevent you from growing. So we need to focus on building these three things, which are physical, mental, and spiritual. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mui Goku. So, Yeah, when you grow mentally, spiritually, and physically, you, I think that is the basic thing. Like you can grow to the whatever you wanted. You know, these things are very important in life. If we want to achieve something, we need to be required to get these three basic things to our lives. First, physically. Physically means working in ourselves, in our health, so that we can be healthy and we can be so active to do anything that we want. And second is spiritually. When we become spiritually strong, like we don't get into the distress or distraction. So, and thirdly, we need to be strong mentally. So when we build our mental strengths, our mental capacity, that leads us to grow and to maintain in our process to get to another level, which is we wish to be. So therefore, that's very important to have these three basic things in our life, which are spiritually, mentally, and physically to grow in every aspect of our life so that we can grow to the level we want to be in. So some people think just grow mentally, and if you grow mentally, you need also spiritual physically. Like if you are strong mentally, you need to be physically also strong, because if you are not strong physically, you will get sick, you will get diseases, and this disease will not give you to grow and to be active in everything you do. Therefore, therefore we need we don't we shouldn't drop one from another. Like this spiritually, mentally, and physically, these three things grow together and they will never separate from each other. Therefore, we need to realize that, like in every aspect of our life, if we want to grow, we need to have these three things in our life. First, physically, mentally, and spiritually. If we are building ourselves in these three basic things, we can achieve anything that we dream. Anything you can achieve. If you are, for example, like me, you are learning a language, you can achieve it. If you are smart and if you can think about these three things, these basic three things, such as I mentioned before, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Therefore, nothing can stop you if you grow through these basic three things. Okay, let's change the topic and talk about challenge and skill balance. So first, what do you need to speak more, or to practice your speaking skill? You need first know the topic first. You need first know the topic, how you understand the topic, then you go to the reading. This to come to the reading, you need first know the topic, guess what the topic means, so that you will have time to remember these line statements after. So first you need to know this topic. So just before you get the information from here, you need first know the topic, and then give the definition for this topic. Like a lot of students, when learning, as I mentioned before, I was learning English for 1 year now. But when I was starting a language, so I was like taking this word and thinking just for this one word. But that will not get you to the level you want to achieve, to the fluent level. But if you take these three things and keep this in your mind, that will give you strength to know. So, therefore, challenge skill balance. So, what's challenge and skill balance? So, you have here challenge and skill balance. So, you take the challenge, then you think, what is the challenge? So, challenge means we have different kind of challenges in our life we face in our ways. So if you have a challenge to overcome, you need what? Skill balance. You need skill balance to overcome challenge. You need skill balance. So, which means skill balance helps you to grow to the level you want to achieve. So therefore, challenge and skill balance. Skill balance, if you maintain a skill balance, you can overcome the challenge. So every person, when they have a challenge, they need to produce what is skill balance, which means to win in the battle, in the challenge. Okay, that's our assumption, or that's our the definition of this, which we said challenge. There is challenge, which is a situation, a problem, and skill balance. And a skill balance is what you maintain to overcome the challenge or the problem. So, okay, then during the experience of flow, a dynamic balance exists between challenges in the situation and a person's skills. So we just read these 3 lines, which let me read again. So during the experience of flow, a dynamic balance exists between challenges in the situation and a person's skills. So when you read, you stop on that. Here's a dot, here's a period. This is called in English, I think, period. This, you stop here on the period. Then you start to memorize these words and interpret it in your language. I don't know. Give the definition, yeah. Give the definition in your own words that you understand. So let's read again. During the experience of flow. So there is what? The experience of flow. So during refers to the time. And there is also the experience of flow. So when you, in the time there is experience of flow and a dynamic balance exists between challenges in the situation and a person's skills. Also, which means when you have experience and you have a challenge, the experience of flow, a dynamic balance exists between challenges in the situation and a person's skills. So I like to read complicated books, so that expands your mind to memorize and to think more. So I recommend to everyone who's watching to read complexity books. This book is so complex so that you can expand your vocabulary. So that's the main target for me, to expand my vocabulary to some extent, Therefore, during the experience of flow, a dynamic balance exists between challenges in the situation and a person's skills. Okay, during the experience of flow, a dynamic balance exists between challenges in the situation and a person's skills. Why am I reading again and again? Because I wanted to make sure my mouse movement is right. So, like when you're learning a language, you need to read out loud, make your 2 ears to hear your voice, so that you could have more potential to remember the word you are reading or the statement you are reading. So during the experience of flow, a dynamic balance exists between challenges in the situation and the personal skills. I know it could be boring for you to hear when I'm reading again and again, but it is very important to you. Like, if you stay on some task for too long, you will have a concentration ability to concentrate on things, on everything. So therefore a reputation, a reputation makes you strong. A reputation, when you do things again and again and again and again, it makes you strong. Therefore, try to do anything in your life. If you are interested in doing something, you need to do again and again and again, so until you know it for the level of it. So therefore, again and again doing makes you more strong. Okay. During the experience of flow, a dynamic balance exists between challenges in the situation and a person's skills. So what is this statement means? This statement means there is experience of flow, which means like you have experience, you work, and a dynamic balance exists between challenges in the situation. So you have a dynamic balance and experience of flow. So you work, you have the experience of working flow, and a challenge, you have a challenge. So what you need to overcome the challenge, you need what? A skill. And there is between a flow and a dynamic balance exists. Means this dynamic balance is what connects challenge and your experience in order to make you skillful. So, which means a dynamic balance is playing a big role on this statement, on this point. Experience of flow and a challenge in the situation and a person's skills. So I'm not gonna today read this whole. I'm not gonna read this whole statement today, paragraph, this whole paragraph today, but I will discuss about. I'm not read this all, but I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this and discuss about it today. So, like, it's if you don't know like how to speak to yourself, I don't think you will achieve to the level of fluent. So you need to have conversation with yourself. Like people trying to, when you're learning a new language, people try to have a partner. It's better, yeah, it's having a partner is very important. But if you are fearing to experience to with another person, and if you think they will judge, just do it by yourself, just as I am doing right now. So just talk by yourself. You yourself enough. You don't need anyone to learn anything. You just need, of course, having collaboration with another person makes you to learn more, but it doesn't mean they are not with you. It doesn't mean you cannot achieve something. Of course, you can achieve something if you really dedicate yourself to the things that you want. So, therefore, during the experience of flow, a dynamic balance exists between challenges in the situation and the person's skills. Read again. During the experience of flow, a dynamic balance exists between challenges in the situation and the person's skills. Read again. During the experience of flow, a dynamic balance exists between challenges in the situation and the person's skills. So read again and again until your mind recognizes it, until your mind keeps it to not forget. So therefore, as we said, a dynamic balance in this statement, it's what connects your challenge and your experience. So as we said, your experience leads you to learn and to overcome the challenge that you have, right? During the experience of flow, a dynamic balance exists between challenge in the situation and the person's skills. So you have experience and you have what? Challenge. So to overcome your challenge, you need a skill. Like if you don't have a skill, you cannot overcome the challenge. For example, I'm learning a language right now, right? When I'm learning a language, I needed to be dedicated to achieve what I want in learning, which is the challenge for me. But I need the skill to overcome it. What is the skill? Knowing English. If I know English, I can overcome the challenge. And what is the challenge? Not knowing English. So, which means every challenge requires what? A skill. So, your skill, what makes you different in the situation. Therefore, skill is very important, and we need to be skillful in everything. We need to do something to be skillful in everything we do. So during the experience of flow, a dynamic balance exists between challenge. Let me read the whole thing today. Challenge, skill, balance. During the experience of flow, a dynamic balance exists between challenges in the situation and a person's skills. Challenge can be thought of as opportunities for actions or goals, while skills are the capacities the individual has to produce desired outcomes. Both the challenge of the situation and our skills to meet the challenge need to be at personally high levels in order for us to be in a position to experience flow. It is not enough for challenge to equal skills. Both factors need to be extending the person, stretching them to the new levels, and critical to finding this balance is what you believe you can do and how you perceive the situation rather than the actual demands or objective level of abilities. It is the perception of the defined challenge that is critical to the occurrence of flow. So guys, as you guys heard what I read, so yeah, that's how you learn, and that's how I'm learning to improve your speaking skill. Yes, to understand, to hear is sometimes can be easy because we can hear a lot in everywhere we go. Like you can take a AirPod and put plug in your ear and hear when you walk, when you eat, and when you do something. But speaking is not like that. If you want to speak, you need to sit down and focus and speak what you know, concentrating on something to do. So therefore, like you can build listening skill very easily, but you cannot build the speaking. To build also easily, you need just speak. Some students say, I don't know how to speak, but I can understand English, but I cannot speak how I am feeling. So in order to speak as you feel, you need to speak because you hear a lot, but you are not speaking. So to develop this listening and speaking, you need these both things together. You need these both things together to grow. You don't have to. You don't need. You are not like when you're doing listening skill only, the speaking skill will not grow. But if you are listening and if you are speaking, these both things grow, so you will be more satisfied in your learning. So therefore, everyone who is out there learning a language, they need to learn like this, not just memorizing the list of words and thinking about them and stressing about the words, which words they will pick and speak. So I recommend for everybody to learn in this way. And I will end today's conversation here. And thank you for watching. And I hope you guys learned something. Thank you.